I know what you're thinking. You're considering quitting alcohol, or maybe you've stopped drinking alcohol, but you're considering going back, and you're kind of beginning to wonder if there's just maybe a simpler way to go about it. Could there be a magic pill or a magic technique out there that can make it all simpler? You wouldn't have to quit cold turkey. You could maybe slowly wean yourself off of alcohol. Maybe you could even keep it in your life. Maybe you could moderate it and control it. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? Or would it? Welcome back to the Sober Web, my friend. I am Clark, and today we're going to talk about a topic that actually a TSW community member asked that I speak on. We're going to talk about naltrexone and the Sinclair method. And if you don't know what that is, keep listening, because it is a very interesting approach to quitting alcohol for the right people. And it's also a very dangerous approach for the wrong people. But first off, what is naltrexone and what is the Sinclair method? The Sinclair method allows you to continue drinking alcohol at the beginning of treatment. In fact, treatment success depends on the continued consumption of alcohol in combination with the prescription medication naltrexone. Naltrexone is at the heart of the Sinclair method, also known as TSM, for alcoholism. When you take naltrexone prior to drinking, it blocks endorphins, the naturally occurring opiates in the brain, from being released when alcohol is consumed. When the endorphins are blocked, there is no buzz or rewarding experience, and the alcohol doesn't make you feel the pleasure that drives you to drink excessively. Over time, your brain learns not to associate alcohol with pleasure, resulting in reduced cravings and improved control over alcohol use. So there you go, that is right from sinclairmethod.org. And all in all, yeah, it sounds like an amazing thing. Who doesn't want to quit alcohol with the assistance of a pill that maybe doesn't force us to quit for good, or be awkward in social situations, or even have to think about alcohol not being in our life forever? It does sound like a magic pill, right? So it sounds like naltrexone and the Sinclair method are for people that perhaps don't have a problem with alcohol. So naltrexone, with the help of a doctor, of course, is a viable option to reduce those cravings, to maybe even wean yourself off of it and eventually quit and never have alcohol again. And if you're that person, that's awesome. I would suggest you talk with a doctor and check it out, because you have every right to explore all options when it comes to your sobriety and quitting alcohol. And I hope that someone that knows naltrexone and the Sinclair method finds this video and offers some insight from the other side, because I'm curious to know why the method was chosen in the first place. Because if we can't stop drinking once we start, is it really safe or smart to wean ourselves off of it? So here's my honest opinion on it, and ultimately my concerns. If you are concerned that you have a negative relationship with alcohol, and you've realized that it takes control of you and you can't stop once you start, it doesn't even really matter how the problem manifests in your life. Let's just face it. You feel weak, you feel out of control, you know that it's no good for you, and you know that it needs to go. A magic pill like naltrexone, as amazing as it is, and as much as it probably works for certain people, it is not the answer. Just like alcohol is not the solution, naltrexone may not be the solution for you. And I've talked about this in other videos, even with support groups, and you can see that video right here, how you've got to be aware of not letting something like naltrexone or a quick fix or an easy solution become a crutch. Because what happens if naltrexone goes away? If it was your means of getting sober and staying sober or controlling the drinking, what happens if it's no longer available? And I know that's probably not going to happen, but in terms of your sobriety, isn't it worth at least exploring the idea of how do you do it without a crutch? Tempting alcohol or trying to control it if you cannot control it. And I'm specifically speaking to those people that cannot control alcohol once they start drinking. It's a slippery slope to think that you can moderate it. It's a dangerous slope to try to think that it can stay in your life. Because ultimately, sobriety is not just about not having alcohol in your life. It's about understanding where it came from. Where did the alcoholism or the alcohol abuse disorder or the coping mechanisms even start? When did they start? Was there an emotional trigger that made you start using it in a habitual way that allowed you to turn everything off, to escape reality? That's what sobriety is really about. Because drinking, drugs, whatever the addiction is, it just is a physical representation of something deeper going on. And I know the idea of facing your fears and your grief and the trauma and the pain that maybe turned on the drinking that allowed you to escape for so long. I know facing all of that is really, really scary and can even feel really daunting. But a magic pill is never going to fix all that stuff. It's not going to heal your mind and your heart, which is the root of where the addiction started in the first place. So based on my research and what I've read and people I've talked to, I think that naltrexone and the Sinclair method is a really viable option. But like I said, only for the right people. But in my opinion, if you want to truly step into sobriety and heal everything that caused the addiction, that caused the alcohol misuse, you have to go cold turkey. You have to rip the Band-Aid off. You have to face it all so that you can heal it all. And that's how you truly get to a point where you don't want alcohol ever again. I really appreciate your time. Hit the like button if you found this video valuable. If you think that someone can also benefit from seeing this video, please, I hope that you share it with them. And as always, I really appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. It means so much to me that I get to be part of your recovery journey. And once you hit that subscribe button, just don't forget to hit the bell. That way you're notified when I release a video every week. Until I see you again, my friends, I hope that you'll check out that video right there. But much love, much life. I'm Clark with The Sober Web, and I'll talk to you really soon.